So I told you that today we'll be discussing the implementation of stack and queue, these two entities, to see how to write a code, and we'll be explaining the entire code, and you will understand that how it is being implemented, how it is being codified in C language or algorithm. Let me ask you a question: that stack and queue, this algorithm, its algorithms are clear to all of you now. I discussed the algorithm, stack functions, the queue algorithms are clear.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Anybody left to understand?
Yes, sir.
It's very easy. Push and pop operation for the stack and add and remove operation for the queue. Okay. So let me start stack the tag. All of you will do one thing. You will just install any free version of C, and you will also run yourself. Try to execute yourself at your home, and you will get confident. Okay. Let me. Oh, I have not shared the screen. Let me share the screen. The screen is visible to all of you now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And font, should I increase the font anymore, or is it enough, sufficient for you to?
No, sir. Increasing, sir.
Let me. Should I increase more? Huh? Should I increase a bit
It's
more?
okay, sir. It's okay.
It's fine. No? So that there is a problem in keyboard. Automatically, some key is being entered. Anyways, sometimes it happens. Anyways, so here that you know that for stack, what we are doing, we have to take an array where we will be pushing the elements, right? Here we have defined, since you know that while defining an array, we are supposed to fix a size, because you know that array size cannot be modified during runtime. It falls under static memory allocation. So that's why we have to define an array size. So what we do that when we define an array, we just put the size of the array here, right? Here I have taken an array. I've given the name stack. Okay, name of the array is stack. Okay, and here I have fixed a size that maximum number of elements is 8. Maximum number of elements can to post is 8. Okay, and here I have taken another macro. It's called macro, right? That macro is max size, means whenever I will be writing this word will be replaced by this number. This is called macro. Okay, so I have taken a macro because it looks good. Always I will not write the number. It looks good to write this thing. And if I want to change this number, if I change here, wherever the max size is written, in my entire code, that will be replaced automatically. So it may be considered as a variable, though it's not a variable, right? It's a name. Okay. Max size means 8. Okay. Anyways, so you can consider it as a variable. Anyways, in top is a variable. Top is a variable. I have initialized this variable with -1. You know that when there is no element in the stack, which is discussed in the last class. Okay. Okay, let me reopen the algorithm once again. I think it will be better for you, those who are not attending the classes, those who are absent. For them also, it will be better for to understand. Okay, let me open that. Just run that. So, yes. Stack. Here I think this is. Let me see whether this is yes stack. Now let me open the PDF version of this. Yeah. So now this was like what we discussed. Yeah. So when there was no element in the stack, we will point the top as -1. Got it? This is what we discussed in the earlier classes. So we have means stack points here when there is no element. So array index starts from 0. You know the first element is indexed by 0. So if there is no element, so definitely it will be lower than 0 means -1. Okay. So this is what we declared here. So initially the value of the top will contain -1. Got it? Okay. Now,
Yes, sir.
now what we are doing here, we are pushing, we are trying to push some number of elements. So I have written this push statement 6 times. So in spite of writing this 6 times, you can also take a loop and you can also ask from the user to give these values interactively, right? Fine. So that this can be an interactive program also. Here just to make you understand that what values we have supplied. That's why is this. What value we have supplied, just to make you understand these, I have written 6 push statements with the 6 values. Got it? But it is not a prudential job. Be better if you will take a for loop which will run 6 number of times, and for each and every iteration you will ask the user to enter value using scanf. Okay, got it? Are you understanding now what I am saying?
Yes, sir.
Instead of writing these 6 number of push statements, you can write only one push statement with within a for loop, and you can ask from the user to add the value, to supply the value. Here I have directly put the value to make you understand that what are the items we are going to push, right? Okay. Here I have pushed 6 number of elements, so stack is not full. After stack was filled, after pushing all the elements, still 2 spaces will be left, right here, because we have defined the size as 8. Okay. Now printf. So let's say whenever we'll be calling, this is the function. You know that here, I think you have started, all of you have studied function in your C, right? You studied function.
Yes,
So
sir.
whatever operation or sub operations we will be doing, those sub operations we have to keep in a form of function in a program. Apart from the main function, we have to define another some functions which will uh, fulfill the purpose of any sub operation. So let's likewise we have to define, we have to create a function push. So this is our own function. I have given the name push. You can give any other name also, right? So when our control will execute this statement during runtime, definitely after executing this, after getting this statement, control will directly go to that function. Here what we are doing, we are calling the push function with a value, integer value. So let's go to that function, skipping all the code followed by this. it will go directly to that function to execute. Let's say where is the push function here? Our main function is completed here, right? Here it is our end of main. You can write. You know this is the comment line statement. It is the way to write, right? End of main. You know this, na?
Yes, sir.
Documentation. Whenever you will be writing, so you want to write something for a particular program or for a particular statement, you can put some English words, putting and this double slash, or it is a for single line comment, and for multiple line comment you have to write that slash star, then after completion star slash. I think you know all this anyway. So it's the end of main. So after ending of main, we have defined all our function what we have taken to write the entire program. So the control will have got this push function, right? So for these push functions, always control will go to the push function here. This is a push function. You know, as I told you that push function has been started with a has been called with a number as argument is an integer number. So this integer number will be copied according to the rule of push function. And here this push function always returns some integer number, right? Some integer value. Let's say now to push an element, what was our condition? Anybody can answer? For pushing an element, what is the mandatory condition to be checked? Let me check whether you have studied my material or whether you have followed my class
Sir,
program or not.
hello. Sir, the stack is
What?
full or not?
Hello, answer. If the
Is the stack is full or not? Is must be checked.
exactly, absolutely right. Well, we have to check whether the stack is full or not. If it is already full, then there is no way, there's no other way to push the elements anymore, right? So this is we have to check. So we have also defined another function that is full. This is full function is for checking whether a stack is full or not. Got it? So before pushing any element, we have to call this function. Again, we have called another function is full. Now after this means this function, main function calls the push function. Now push function is calling another function, right? Like main can call any function. Likewise, any of the functions apart from main can call another functions also, right? So that push function now calls is full function to check whether the stack is full or not. Now we have defined this is full function where here is full. So what is the condition? What is the condition to check? How will I come to know that whether stack is full or not? Stack is full or not here. If the maximum value, this maximum size, what we have defined for the stack has been reached or not. Then top will have the maximum number. The number means the size of the stack. Top always is holding the value of the index where the topmost element is pointing, right? The top is always pointing the index number of the topmost element here. Okay, so if this 1 2 3 4 5, in this case if 5 element, maximum number of elements can be pushed is 5, so top will hold which value? If I start from 0, 0 1 2 3 4, top will hold the 4, right? So maximum number minus 1. So this we are checking whether the top reaches to that value where the maximum number we have reached or not for the stack. Okay, so here this is C. Top is equal to max size. If the top equal to max size, let's say here we have taken max size as 8, but top is max size. Let's just a minute. Top equal to max size, return 1 or else return 0. Hello, any question from you people? Do you have any questions so far?
No, sir. Understood, sir.
No, sir.
Understand. Right. Anyways, but there may be a question. I will not ask that question. I should have got from you that you will come to know if that case occurs. Okay, let us skip for that for the time being. Let me proceed with the discussion, right? So if it gets the value, the maximum size, it will return 1. 1 means is full and 0 means is not full. So I have checked whether this push function is taking, if when I will go for pushing the elements, if the stack is not full, right? It's not full. Is full is returning 1 for the true case, and not true means false. So is true means stack is not full. Then I will go for adding the element in the stack. So here I am going. So first, to add the element in the stack, what I have to do according to our algorithm? First, what always Prerna Karan. Those who are joining late, I am telling you, your purpose should not always to get the attendance. If you think that you will get the attendance and that is sufficient for you, then I will suggest you not to attend the classes. Always JKB takes a class. Always all of you should get some value from the class. You can learn something. It's not that just for taking the attendance you will joining my class, right? Otherwise, it is of no use if you only try to get the attendance to have a score. I don't emphasize on this concept. Right? So try to join in time so that you can learn something. Here's a topic I'm discussing is just out of syllabus. Officially or means the account the MACOUT means credit account the MACOUT syllabus. I don't need to demonstrate the lab for you because lab is not there. Why I am taking? Why I am showing? Because if it will be important, it will be very valuable for you in uh, real life, your professional life when if you join in IT industry, and there is a huge probability for you, all of you, this electrical, mechanical, computer science, ECE, to join the IT industry. You know that within 3 to 4 years, IT industry will have a boom. Currently, it is getting a boom. Except for this corona phase, it is just leave this issue, the corona, it will go away. So, anyways, still the computer science, this IT industry has always got a boom. Uh, for you people, there's a scope, huge scope to join in IT industry. So if you don't know, if you don't understand the code, so it will be very difficult for you to join, to get the campus interview cracked. Anyways, so let us proceed. Okay. So here, if it is not full, then what we are doing, we have to always see for this. Currently, top is holding this position. To insert an element, I have to place the top here. Means I have to add the value of top by 1, and then in that place I will add the next element, that is E. Got it? A, B, C, D, then plus plus. If I here top is currently holding 0, 1, 2, 3, top is holding 3. What I have to do? I have to increase the value of top by 1, right? So top will have the value of 4. So conceptually top will point here, and in that index I have to add the actual element. What exactly we have done here? First, we have incremented the value of top by 1. Then in that place, using that index number, this is holding the index number now. So in that place of array we are pushing, we are adding this element, what we send with the calling statement of push, what we called here from the main. Got it? Got it? So each and every time
Yes, sir.
where we are calling these push operations one after another, always it is pushing to the one top of the another. Uh, Buiddo, Rasa Buiddo, hello. Boido, why are you late today? Boido, hello. Trasha Boido, what is your actual name? Trasha Boido. Boido, please respond.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Please join in time. Why are you late?
Sir, my net is gonna lacking sometimes.
Anyways, it
That
may happen for 1 or 2 days. But those who are late in regular basis, those who are very regular to be regular, okay, for them I am telling, try to join in time. Any other wants to say something from you? Hello,
yes,
anyone?
sir.
Anyone want to say something? Any other one? Or let me back to the discussion. What to do? Any question? Or let me
No,
continue.
sir. First,
No, sir.
Sir,
No.
yes, sir.
Okay. No, see.
Hello, sir. Hello, hello.
Hello.
Sir, can you share the code, this code?
Who is this?
Sir, Pritam. Pritam, sir.
Pritam. Pritam. Whatever I deliver, na, I share the material.
Okay, sir.
I think you don't follow the classroom properly. Let your other friends ask what the others will say. Have you missed any material what I have discussed in lecture and I have not provided the supporting materials? Did it happen?
No,
Huh?
no,
sir.
sir.
No, sir.
So all the
No, sir.
materials are put in a single place. If you say my classroom, you will see that I have created the subtopics, subfolders according to the category. That is JKB video materials, JKB with your subject code. JKB sir, your CO, PO and lesson plan. JKB sir, JKB sir study materials. This 4 and 5 subtopics you will get in my classroom, so that you will not face any difficulty to search the particular category, right? Got it? The
Yes,
Okay,
first
sir.
sir. Yes,
is
thank you.
I have categorically put the elements, this materials. Okay. Anyway, so let us go back. Definitely, I will share this material after I take the class. So definitely, you will run at your home this code, and you will feel good. You will feel better. You will get confidence. Okay. So let me go back to the discussion. Hmm. So after these elements are pushed, I have seen that what is the push function. Now the push function, this function we are checking. Okay, so here and if that is full, not is full means full, stack is full. Then we are printing this message, could not insert data, stack is full, right? Got it? If not is full means if it is false means it is true. Got it? If it is false means this case will be executed, else will be executed. Not is full means full. So if the stack is full, it could not insert data. Stack is full. Got it? Okay. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So the push function is calling, checking the another function is full or not. After if it is not full, then we are just adding the data, incrementing the value of Prof here. Okay. So this way we have pushed all the elements. Now I have displayed some message. Element at top of the stack. I want to check the element which is there at the topmost position. The element. Okay, not the index number. The element. So how? So I have called another function pick function. Now I have defined another function. It's pitch function. So simply I will access. How I will access the topmost element? Simply stack is the array name and with the value of top, isn't it? Top is holding the index number, means room number or array index number of the position of that position, right? Because we are adjusting the top always now, we are manipulating the top. This is the all about our stack operation. So we have to always manipulate, we have to always adjust the value of the top to push an element or to remove an element or an element from the stack. So this is with this index number top, we will get the value, okay, which is there the topmost position. This if I want to check this one. Now I want to print all the elements. presently there in the stack. So elements, um, and how to means check all the elements. I want to get the list. I want to check all. I want to print all the elements right from the top to bottom. How I have to go? Always check the. I have to deal with this. Here I have another function is empty. So I will take the data and I will pop the data. I will remove the data from the stack and I will store in another data variable and I will simply display that data. Let's say first what will here that this code while this loop what it will do, it will check always is empty. Now just go control will go directly to that position, that function is empty another function is empty another function which is checking whether this when we can claim that stack is empty, when we can claim, when we'll come to know the stack is empty, if after deleting the element one after another, at times top will come here, and top value of the top will be 0 minus 1, it will reach the value which is less than 0, isn't it? Top will come,
Yes, sir.
there is no element, because at least if there is only single element in the stack, it will top value of the top will be 0. If 2, value of the top will be 1. If 3, value of the top will be 2, in this way, right? Because array index starts from 0. I have told you many times. So if there is no element left in the stack, then value of the top will have the -1, which we started with. We started the code with the initialize the value top is -1 because we didn't push any element. After this, we are pushing the elements. Now, sequentially, it will be called function, these statements, right? So we will be, how will you check, how will you get all the elements? I want to display all the elements, and I have to pop out all the elements from the stack. So after popping each and element, we have to check whether we have reached to the that position where there is no element left, when stack is empty. We have to check always now, otherwise we will get an infinite loop if we don't check it. So we have to stop at times at a time. So where we will stop? When the stack will be empty. So every time before we remove any element, we have to check whether the stack is empty or not. So what is there written? Stack is empty. Stack is empty will be determined by the value of top. If the value of the top becomes equal to the -1, return 1. Return 1 means stack is empty is true, is empty. Or return 0 means stack is not empty. Here this value 1 or 0 is value actually a boolean value. Returns 1 means true and 0 means false. Is empty, if the is empty return 1, then it is true, so it is empty. So we will not pop any we will not try to pop any element from the stack anymore, right? If not, then we will try. So not, if not, so not is empty, then we will try popping out from the stack. So how what we are doing, we are for each and every statement of pop, we are removing one single element, right? For a single calling statement of pop, we are removing a single element. So here first what will happen, the data will assign the value which we got from the pop function. Now what the pop function is doing, that we have to check. We have to go directly to that code where the pop. What is pop function is doing? You know that like push, the opposite will be there when we will be popping an element, when we will be removing the element from the function, this function. Here just opposite of that push function we will be doing. In push function we used to do, we have to first increment the value of top, then at that position we will be pushing the element, we will be adding the element on the stack. Here just opposite of this we have to do. First we have to remove the element from the stack, then we will be decrementing the value of the top. Got it? Here we have to increment the value of the top by 1 first in push, then we push the an element. Okay, but here just opposite of that push function you have to do. we have to first take out the element from the stack, then we will be deducting the value of the top by -1. Okay, so exactly what is, I think I have discussed all this in earlier classes, isn't it? And you have understood.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
So what is that? How we have written the code for that? We are just showing this one. So if we are to pop the element, if it is not an empty stack, then we are storing the element in a data in separate temporary variable stack top, where the top is pointing, top is currently pointing. From that position, we have to take the value data of the storing, right? And then we are decrementing the value of top by 1, right? And we are just returning that data which we have removed from the stack, right? That this is all about the stack. And if it is empty, then we will write that could not retrieve data, stack is empty, right? So that is what we did here in a for while loop. You know, in a while loop, this is for the condition. So long the condition will be true, the loop will be continued. Once the moment the condition will become false, the console will come out of the loop. So here, so long stack will not be empty, it will go on processing. The loop will be processed. Okay. Now after that we have removed all the elements. Now we are just checking whether we have reached to the end of the stack, whether still there is any place left to for the stack to push an element or not, right? So this is what we are displaying. This is an optional. I have just written this one. End of main. This is all about your code. So let me execute this one. See, this is here, you know, 3, 5, 9, 1, 12, 15. So which is the element we pushed at last? 15, isn't it? Hello.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
15 will be popped first, then 12,
Yes, sir.
1, then 9, then 5, then 3, because last in first out. Here we have pushed this element 15 at last, so it will be popped out first. This is what we got it here. This way. See, you can see this screen element at top of the stack is 15. 15. So 3, 5, 9, 1, 12, 15. This way. Got it?
Yes,
Hello.
sir. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Exactly. And I have checked one that whether the stack is full or no. No, stack is not full because I have removed all the elements from the stack. Nah? Okay, because I have with the calling the pop function, I have removed all the function, all the elements. So definitely stack full will be false. Stack is not full, right? Stack is empty, true.
Yes, sir.
So this is all about the implementation of stack, and I won't mind if some of you didn't understand the code. What I'll be doing, I'll be sharing this code in a PDF material. You will be just copying this element and try to understand each and every statement. You have to always understand each and every statement of the code. Then you will be a good programmer, then you will be a good software developer. Initially, after completion of your B.Tech degree, you are going to get a post that is junior software developer in general case, right? Okay. So in junior software developer means you have to write code. Got it? And say this many. Uh, So if you have still any question left to ask, you will follow the code at your home. You will try to understand the code at your home. Then we will discuss again if you have a difficulty to understand the code. Okay. So so far any question from you from your end? I have shown the implementation of stack. Any question? Hello.
Yes.
No question.
Understood.
Hmm? Okay, let me run the codes with some adding some another push function. Hmm, Push, let's say 20. suppose say 25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Full, sir.
8 elements are there. Hmm? Oh. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Hmm. So, stack is full. False. Stack is empty. True. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Understood? Understood that take the logical problem. See here, I told you now, one question I expected from you. Here, see, the maximum size is 8. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now just a minute. No, not exactly that case I have heard. Let me just a minute. I want to check. Uh,
No, sir.
oh, hello, huh?
Well, sir, what if we increase the number of push statement like push 30? The maximum size is 8. What if we enter the ninth element then?
Exactly. That is actually I want to show you. Actually, it should have been the 8 elements, na? So that stack will have the size 8. If I want to increase the 9, then I have to resize it. I have to write 9 here. That it is not a point. Got it? If I want to more elements, so I have to adjust the size of the array accordingly. My point is not that one. My point is that here the array index starts from 0 and it will the maximum size will be here that the 7 number of elements is 8. If it range starts from 0, so it should end at 7, na? Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Actually, the top should have but max minus 1. These actually should I should write. Okay. But I want to check when, in which case this will give a wrong, logically wrong output. This is also an interesting aspect in programming. Your program always means you cannot make sure that your program is will be valid for all the places. It is a runtime error according to a particular case, or for a particular case your program may not run correctly, right? Your program always must be a foolproof program. So for all the cases it should run. Got it?
Yes, sir.
So this is what I'm checking. I can check it if I do one thing. If I, after pushing, I am just, I will not call statement, this pop statement here. I'm just deactivating this one. Slash. I am not calling this pop statement. And let me push 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, let me check that max size is 8. Yes, full. Compile. See. Stack is full. False. Stack is empty. False. Stack full or no, or empty or no. Got it? This is a logical mistake. Understood? Either stack, if the stack is full, then if the stack is full, it is false, then it must be true, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Sir, yes, sir.
For both the cases, it is coming false. The logical mistake is there. Hello.
Yes, sir.
For this case, so that's why I will ask you to modify the code here. I have changed this one. I think I did it here in this case. What? This I changed this one. I changed this by -1. you will do it yourself. My purpose is that you try to understand the logic. You try to develop your logical sense. This is the interesting aspect of the programming. Got it? You know that in this any maximum in domain where the domains which are already saturated, like some mechanical, civil, electrical, you will get a very rare scope if you go into for research on this thing. But here in the computer science, why the people from all the domain come into this field? Because there is always a chance to develop your logical sense, and if you develop some logic accord your logic, so it will be an innovative job for you, right? So those who want always to explore themselves, always those want to get themselves involved in some innovative work, always they always will prefer this IT field. Got it, isn't it? Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes,
So
sir. Yes.
always try to take the interesting aspect from the programming. Once you will you'll be accustomed with these features, how to write a code. See, this is very easy thing. That to write a program using some features. Those who know, I want to logically, you have to apply a loop, but you know that what is the syntax for this. You just open a book and just check what is the syntax to write a loop for the Python, or for the Ada, or for C or C++. It is not a big deal, isn't it? You can understand. You can just search the net now. The for loop or loop, syntax of loop for Python. Say you don't know the language of Python, you can come to know. Nah. So it's not a problem. It's not a deal. Better what logic you are implementing. That you are thinking that in this case I have to write a code. I have to write a for loop. I have to take another thing, another logic. How to implement that logic? So that is more important. So to design the algorithm, and accordingly the how efficiently you can implement that algorithm in a language, that is very important, and that is very challenging job in that sense. That's why always the IT industry salary is always better in comparison to in general cases. I'm telling you, so they're paid good, right? Remuneration they get good always in general case. So generally so that's why always the people from other domains try to join IT industry. Anyways, so I think let's end the today's session. What do you think? And I'll be sharing the material with you. I'll be posting this into your classroom, and you will just go through the material. You try to understand the entire code, each and every statement. If you have any doubt from any one of you, I will not mind to reiterate the code to discuss the code again. Got it? Hello.
Yes, sir.
So any question, Nilanko? Want to say something? Hmm? Bhagbosri? Bhagbosri,
No, sir, understood, sir.
it's fine. So let's
Yes, sir.
end the today's session. Okay, take care. Bye bye.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Hmm.